Hey guys, today we're going to build an AI tool that is based on all of the knowledge from Alex Hormozi, so you can chat with it and get high quality business advice. Some of you might know that during his latest book launch called $100 Million Models, he announced this AI tool called ACQ AI that is trained on all of his knowledge, SOPs, all of their internal documentations and whatnot. And he made access available to this tool for $6,000, which is quite a lot. And that's why I decided why not to build a similar thing completely for free in n8n and make it fully accessible to anybody for free. And this is exactly what I did. So here is the chat window, you can chat with it, ask any questions about your own business, and you will get a tailored advice which is based on 3 books: Money Models, Leads, and Offers. And today I will give you the free template for free. I will give the free access to this AI tool. And finally, I will build this thing step by step so you understand how to do that very quickly, easily, and you can do something similar. So here is the whole workflow that I'm building. It is using knowledge base, super base under the hood, and then you can chat with it. And finally, here's the chat. So here's the example question on the right side. Create a good offer for my AI automation agency in Dubai. We work with SMBs. And bam, it does it exactly in the way we want it. Grand Slam offer, the Dubai SMB WhatsApp revenue sprint. Who is it for? Blah, blah, blah. So you can see that the wording, the knowledge is right on the spot. It is very good based on the offers book. And then another question, how to increase LTV for my beauty salon in Dubai. And bam, this advice is based on $100 million models book and super tailored to your use case. So you can actually get something very close to the actual advice from Alex Hormozi out of this tool. So let's get straight into it, and if you like this type of content, subscribe to my channel. So let's begin. First, we want to add a trigger. We'll just add manual trigger because we want to build the first stage of the system, which will initialize the knowledge base. We want to add 3 books, the main ones, Offers, Leads, and Money Models, to our knowledge base. So then we'll be able to make queries to that. So this is the first trigger. Then we want to set our access to the books, right? I already created a Google Drive with those books. I will just show it to you. Here is the Google Drive with 3 books. As you can see, all of them are PDFs, and now we will add it to the n8n and we want to read the contents of each of them. So let's get back, let's press plus. Here we want to add the URLs to every single Google Drive, right? So let's find the search set node, edit fields. And here I want to create an array with the URLs to every single file so n8n can access them. So let's name it something like book. Here let's select array, and in the value let's make it an expression and then set it to the right value. So let's just write it here, go back to Google Drive, and here we can just copy the link. And with that we'll just copy link, go back, paste it here. So we added the first file. And in the same manner, we want to add other 2. Now all 3 files are here. Let's close it. Let's execute the workflow and see what we're getting. We are getting an array with 3 objects, as you can see right here. We want to split it out right now so we can process it separately. We want to use the Google Drive node inside n8n to download every single file here. So let's search for the split out. Here it is, and here we want to use this book field. So basically telling that we want to split out what is inside this array. So as you can see, now we're getting 3 items here. Before that it was 1 item, now we get 3 items. And then we want to use the Google Drive node, also search just Google Drive. It is right here. And we need the specific action, which is called to download a file, right? There it goes. So if you have not yet connected Google Drive to n8n, it is pretty straightforward. You just go to the browser, search for Google Cloud Console. Then you will be able to easily log in here using your Google account. Then you will create the API credential for the Google Drive, enable it, and use it to connect to n8n. You can also ask ChatGPT how to do that. It will take roughly 3 minutes. So let's get back. Where it is? There it is. So here we have this credential set up already. Now I want to download a file, and here we want to paste the URL. So here you select by URL, and here you just paste this information right in here. It will be substituted, and let's just run it to see that everything is working fine. So here it goes. We need to wait a little bit because these files, they have some decent weight, maybe like hundreds of megabytes, something like that. And now we want to see this output as files. We will be able to even preview them. So it is finished. Let's open it up, download the first one, this one, let's say. And then bam, here it goes. You can see $100 million offers.pdf. So it works. It is fine. We have 3 files. Now what we want to do, we want to read what is inside. We want to read the text of every single book. For that reason, we select plus and we search for something like text extract from file. This is the right node that we're looking for, and we're using PDF file, so we just want to use this extract from PDF. So now we're using it. Input binary field is called data, which is similar to the name of the file here on the left side, data, so it will work properly just with this default setting. So we have to wait for a little bit, and it's finished now. We can go on the right side, select the JSON format, and as you can see on the right side, let me make it bigger, we have all the information from every single book. So the first part is info. Here, as you can see, we have the title, $100 million offers, how to make offers so good people feel stupid say no. And then we have the whole text of the book, which is obviously huge. And then we have the same thing for 2 other books. So now at this stage, we can actually process it and create a knowledge base around all of those texts. For the knowledge base, I will use Supabase because it's the most easy and convenient way to do that. Let me show you how it looks like. You just go to supabase.com. If you have not yet created an account, you can do that for free. You'll just press start your project and the process will be very easy. I already have my account set up. So yeah, I'll just press dashboard. And here you will see all of my projects that are right here in this workspace. I have 7 different projects. So now we'll just press new project. Here, let's name it Hormozi AI demo. And then we can use the most basic settings, create the password here, type it here, and then create new project, right? It will take probably some time. Now the project is created and we want to set up this credential inside n8n. So you just use this URL on the bottom, you press copy, go back, you add here the Supabase node. We know we need Supabase vector store and we need add documents to vector store. And here you just go here, press create new credential. In the host, you type this thing. Also, let's rename it, call it Hormozi AI demo. And in the secret, you just copy this thing, copy, go here and paste it. And let's do this as an expression. And now let's save it. Once it is saved, you can see that connection tested successfully. So it works, it is all good. And now we can actually write our records to the knowledge base. Right now it is empty. But before we can do that, we have to initialize it properly. We want to add the right columns to the knowledge base so we can actually perform the search over the documents. Right? So for that reason, I always press this button docs. And here in the official n8n docs, we can find this quick start for setting up your vector store, pressing here. And then in this SQL, this is the exact code that we need to use in the Supabase to set it up properly. So we'll just go to our project. Then on the left side, we'll use SQL editor. And then here, I will just paste this here. And then we want to change one important thing. Because we are going to search over very dense pieces of text, we will split every single book into multiple parts in the text. Maybe it will be like 1 page or a couple pages from the book. So it will represent a lot of data. And this number, as you can see here, embedding vector, this number is representing how smart will be the model that helps you retrieve the right document. The bigger the number, the smarter the search will be. The most big number that we can use is 3072. Let's use this one. So this is the size of the vector that will be used to search over the database. So we change these 2 numbers, then we press run, and now this script will be executed, the database will be initialized, and then we'll be able to add documents to it. So as you can see, success, no rows returned. But now if we press table editor here on the left side, you will see that we have the documents database. We press on it, and then we'll see that we have 4 columns: ID, content, metadata, and embedding. So here is the place where we will see different pieces of our books added together. So let's get back to n8n, close this window, and now we want to select the right table. We'll just find the right one. Here we'll select documents, and in the query name we want match documents. And now this node is ready to go, but we want to also connect the OpenAI embedding node. This is used to perform the search, so we will go here to embeddings OpenAI, and in the model we will select 3 large, which represents this 3072 that we wanted to use. And then in the document we want to add a couple more steps. So we press plus, and then we want to use default data loader. We want to split every single book into multiple pieces, so they will be processed separately, because if we use every single book as is in our knowledge base, then we'll have only 3 documents, and obviously it is very hard to use the whole book as the context for the LLM. We want to split them up. So here we will select the type of data as JSON, then the mode we will select load specific data, and in the data we will specify what we want to use. Let's press it as an expression, and then I'll just grab the text field. So we'll just pass the whole text from the book here. It will be split up. Then in the text splitting we will use custom, and in the option we want to add metadata. We want to add the book, so we know every single piece of the book, where from what book it is coming from. So if we're splitting $100 million offers, then we'll be able to know that this specific part is from this book. We want to cross-reference them, and AI will understand better where each piece of advice is coming from. So let's name it book, and then in the value just pass the title in here, right? So this will work fine. And in the text splitter we want to use recursive character text splitter, and here in the chunk size I think right now it is set to 1000, so it will use 1000 characters. So imagine you have the whole text, and we will be splitting it up into 1000 characters every single time, which is roughly maybe a couple paragraphs. So I think we can increase this number. It's not too high, let's say 5000. I think it will work better, and we will get a couple hundreds of different documents from our books, and this is the reasonable size for the knowledge base to work with, right? So when we will do the actual search over the knowledge base and generate our business advice, then we will get like a couple documents of 5000 characters each. I think that this is a decent amount of context and data to provide actual valuable response, and this is not too much, right? So let's close that, and I believe right now it should work fine. Let's try to run it and see how it goes. As you can see, the execution is finished, and we can see 216 items as an output. So we should add 216 items to the knowledge base. Let's go to the super base and check out if it's correct. Let's refresh the page, and we should see the rows which represents these different parts of the book in our database. It takes some time to load, and now we can see all of them. So as you can see on the bottom we have 216 records, which is correct. And if I open this node, let's say, let's press expand, and here in the text side you can see that we have a huge text which is roughly 5000 characters, and this is the beginning of the book. And as you can see, if we open the metadata, then we will see that this book is $100 million offers. So obviously we want this information to be also stored, and then we have 200 more records like that. Now at this stage we've just initialized our knowledge base, so as you can see it is good to go. And now we just want to add the chat window and OpenAI node to actually search across this knowledge base, and so we can chat with it. So I'll go on the right side, press plus, search for the chat trigger. Here it is. So we want to initialize the conversation. Let's start with that. That's fine. And then let's just add some simple data so we can test it over the process of building. So let's open chat, and here on the left side let's write some query. Let's say, give me an advice on how to craft titles for my YouTube videos about AI automation. So we want to get kind of marketing advice which is relevant to my case. You can search anything that is relevant to you, and hopefully we will find something valuable in the books and get a very precise and summarized answer. So let's send it. Now we have this data in here and we can play with it. Let's press P. So we select this node, press P, and this pins the data in here. Let's save the workflow so everything is not lost. Now we have this data. Now let's perform the search. So obviously we want to use the Supabase node once again, Supabase vector search. Here we want, I think, retrieve or maybe get ranked documents. Let's use this. Check out if it's the right thing. First of all, we need to select the right credential, which is Hormozi AI demo. Then operation mode, I think it is get many. Table name, obviously we want to search the documents, right? And then in the prompt, we want to use our query. So just chat input in here. And then in the limit, this is the amount of documents that we want to pull up from our knowledge base. Let's say 3. I think in our case, 3 makes sense. And then in the options, I believe that's it. We don't need anything else. Let's execute it and see if we can get something. Oh, we forgot to connect the embedding node. Let's go to OpenAI once again. And here, once again, we want to use the large embedding. Bam, here it goes. And let's run it once again to see what are the documents. As you can see, we have 3 items on the output, and let's read it. So first of all, training, go where the attention is. So let me just make it bigger once again. Let's see from what book this is coming from. So as you can see on the bottom, we have the book, which is $100 million leads. And obviously this is kind of more relevant to my query because it is about marketing. It is about grabbing attention of viewers. So it makes sense that AI pulled out the first piece of document, the first piece of evidence and advice from this book. And let's quickly read through a couple of first sentences. Trending, go where the attention is. Look at what's trending right now and make the stuff about it. Apply your own experiences to it. If you have relevant commentary or it touches your expertise in some way, talk about it. So in this part, Alex Hormozi is actually talking about what is the thinking process to make titles that convert. And in this case, if you can make a title about something trending, then obviously it will make it more compelling. So as you can see, the system is already working. And we also have 2 more similar responses that are providing extra value. So now, once we have all this data, we want to use it in our OpenAI processing part, where we'll analyze all that and combine it into the final answer that will be returned in the chat. So what I want to do, first of all, we have 3 items. I want to combine it into one field because it will be easier to work with. So I'll search for aggregate, and then I will just say that we want to collect all items into one item. So let's just run it, and we should see one item on the output. There it goes, and it collects all the data from the previous nodes, which is super convenient for us. Now we're adding the AI agent node, which we will use basically as an LLM step. We'll just process all this data along with the query itself, and then we want to get a nice and sweet final output. So here, let's select define below, and we will just craft the prompt essentially. So let's open it up. So I'm crafting the prompt right now. As you can see, I defined the role. I asked it to behave as Alex Hormozi. Then I described my query, and now I'm providing the whole context. But as you can see right now, the context is just a JSON object, and on the right side in the preview, you can see that it is not being parsed correctly. So we have object, it looks weird. Obviously, LLM won't be able to work with that. For that reason, we have the JavaScript function called json.stringify, and we will be able to transfer this big object into very easy and flat text. So I'll just write json.string, I think it's like that, stringify, and we want to use brackets, and then it is not working, so something is off. Oh yeah, I needed to use the lowercase, and now it works. As you can see on the right side, we have the whole information from these 3 different parts of the knowledge base, so we will be able to use it. So let's finish our prompt. I want to remind the AI what is our query at the end, because this piece of text is huge, and LLM can actually forget what was the initial query at the beginning. So providing the query once again will be very helpful. So once again, here is the query, and bam, the prompt is finished, and I think it will be good to go. Now we just need to connect it to the OpenAI chat model. I will just go with the GPT-5 because it's balanced in terms of cost and efficiency. So let's search for it and see the first output, the first example in action. I like to press this button on the left hand side, which makes the whole workflow more pretty, more digestible. As you can see, it is easier to navigate right now. And let's run this. It took some while, but we have the answer. Let's open it up, and then here's the output. Here's the game. Your title is the ad for your video. If the ad sucks, nobody sees the movie. Use the news rule. Each title should include at least 2 of these 7: recency, relevancy, celebrity, blah, blah, blah. I can already say that it is correct. It is actually based on the 100 leads offer. I can instantly say that it is correct. It is actually based on $100 million leads book. I read it. I know that this is the exact framework, exact knowledge that I was reading, and then it applies it to my case. As you can see, Zapier versus Make versus n8n, best tech for AI agents in 2025. So it sounds pretty relevant, pretty interesting and compelling to the audience of AI builders, AI automation and whatnot. So on this note, we actually have the final response, and when we will execute it through chat, it will be returned back in the chat so we can actually interact with it, use it. So this part is almost finished. The only last thing that I love to use, I will go to here and then I will press make chat publicly available, because by doing that, we'll be able to interact with this chat in a separate web window. So you can use this link to this web window to anybody on your team. So you build this internal knowledge base, and then you can send it to anybody and they can chat with it. They can improve their own knowledge. They can actually make more contribution to your business. So let's press make chat publicly available. And then we want to tweak a couple more fields in here. So the initial message, obviously we want to tweak it. I will say, hi there, Alex is here. How can I assist you today? Make it more personal. And then in options, I will add subtitle and title. So in title, let's just say Hormozi AI. And in subtitle, I will write something like, I'm here to help you with your business 24/7. So it makes you feel more welcome. Now to actually test it out, let's copy this chat URL. Let's close this window, let's save the workflow, and we have to make it active. So actually it works and it processes the request. So let's press it here. Then we'll see the window, workflow is activated. Let's press got it. And then let's go to this separate window with this chat. As you can see, we have a nice, pretty chat window. Obviously it can be designed better, but right now it's not the main objective for us. And let's search for something. Let's ask how to make a compelling offer for the AI automation that automates content creation for SMBs in Dubai. Let's send it and see what we got back. And now, as you can see, we got a huge response with multiple steps. Let's quickly read it. Here's how I'd build a grand slam offer for AI content automation that SMBs in Dubai feel stupid saying no to. Super nice. Translate content into customers, stack so much value, it's uncomparable, and remove their risk. Step 1. Pick one vertical and one micro area. Don't sell SMBs, sell one avatar per campaign. For example, GLT saloons, GVC dental clinics, it's different districts and areas in Dubai, the IFC restaurants, blah, blah, blah. Then make the dream outcome about bookings and revenue, not posts. Nobody wants more content. They want more booking requests, more DMs, more reservations, and more viewings. So you kind of starting to get how actually similar to what Alex Hormozi says it is. And now we have multiple steps more. It is like 10. It even gives a name to the offer I get, I think, right? Like name it with magic, rotate to avoid fatigue, magnet, Ramadan, back to school, Dubai summer surprises, blah, blah, blah. So it is actually even being creative and trying to fully develop the solution for our problem. This is amazing. This is exactly what we wanted. So on this note, as you can see, the whole workflow is built. We can add a little bit more documentation on top of it, make more structure. I will do it in a sec. So you just press on the right here, the sticky note, and then you will add some comments, different parts of the workflow. So it is more digestible. It is more nice to use. So now it looks slightly more organized. We can have these 3 separate parts. Very easy to read. If you need to hand over this workflow to anybody, they will be able to quickly understand what is going on. If it's your project for a client, they will also be able to understand how it works, or maybe they want to hire another freelancer to improve it or do something. And then it will also increase the speed at how you can work, and you can quickly understand what needs to be tweaked where in this workflow to get to a different outcome. That was it. And if you want to access the free template and also the web link to actually chat with it, go to my free school community. The link is down below. You will see the post with it, so feel free to access. And if you like this video, check out another one where I built an AI database with different marketing templates in n8n that are covering all of the use cases from email marketing to content creation to SEO optimization and much more.